some note cards for the vocabulary that we're going to introduce. You have something to write with. You have a straight edge. You have the things that we need for geometry tools. Have a highlighter. Definitely have a highlighter or even some color pencils so that you can add color to what we're using today. All right, let's get into it. Page 279. Get the right number right. Here we go. First of all, so in this one, we have forming a proof. And so I want you to highlight the fact that these are the learning goals for this video. We're going to recognize this thing called a postulate, which is this like idea or a rule in math, some sort of rule. It kind of is like a definition. We'll talk about what those might mean. We're going to apply real number properties to angle measures, line segments, and distances. We're going to prove theorems involving angles. And then we're going to complete a flowchart proof, a 2-column proof, and a paragraph proof. This is maybe the dreaded like section in geometry where people say, I forget what it is. I'm going to try to do my best to explain it and help you through it, and we'll walk this journey together. I'm going to choose a different highlighter color because I want 2 for it this one. I want to say that addition property of equality is a vocab word, a key term you should know. Subtraction property of equality, reflexive property, substitution property, transitive property. I'm not going to highlight a flowchart proof, but I will box it. I want to make sure that you know what that is. Or a 2-column proof. I'm not going to highlight it, but I want you to be aware of it as a vocabulary word. I am going to highlight right angle postulate, congruence postulate. I'm going to highlight congruent supplement theorem. And I'm going to highlight vertical angle theorem. And then last of all, I'm just going to draw attention to paragraph proof. In fact, I took note cards, and with those note cards, I wrote down all of the yellow highlighted key terms. And I want you to know that these are going to be things that you have to draw upon quickly. And so whenever we talk about, for example, my favorite, the first one, vertical angles, you should eventually have this note card so used. Maybe you draw an example of a vertical angle on the back. I'm going to do that right now. Say what it is for vertical angle. We want to be able to remember when that happens, what it was that we need to use. Let's finish the review section for this page, and then we'll finish the video, and you can get on to the next parts of your lesson. Determine each unknown measure. So here we have 2 angles. They make a straight line. When 2 angles make a straight line, they make a linear pair. And a linear pair means that those 2 angles are supplementary. And when 2 angles are supplementary, that means they add up to 180 degrees. So that's all stuff that you got to recognize right away in the beginning of this problem. Not that I need to see it from you all the time, but I do need you to understand that 2 angles that make a straight line form a linear pair. That makes them supplementary, and together they add to 180. So then you write an equation and you solve it. 97 plus x equals 180. Solve for x. In order to get x by itself, you could guess and check, but I'm going to undo what's happening in the equation and subtract 97. Subtract 97. That'll make the 97s become a 0, and x will be the only thing left on that side of the equal sign. With hopefully by hand, but if you need a calculator, fine. 180 subtracted by 97. Well, I know 180 minus 90 is 90, so if I take away another 7, I get 83. X equals 83 degrees. Let's go to number 2. In question 2, same thing. 2 angles, the 79-degree angle and the x, they make a straight line, so therefore they are a linear pair. And if they are a linear pair, they are supplementary. And therefore, they add to 180 degrees. I guess technically what I'm doing is talking about where are we at here? Not subtraction, not reflexive. One of these said supplements. There we go. Congruent supplements. Maybe that's a vocab word we need to be thinking about. Okay, so write an equation. Really, to do this math, you write an equation. 79 plus x equals 180. Subtract 79 from both sides. The The 79s will cancel. They'll become a 0, which means, you know, they've vanished. We used the subtraction property of equality to do that because I've subtracted the same thing from both sides of the equation. And then 180 minus 79. Well, 79 is almost 80, so 180 minus 80 is 100. But I'm not subtracting 80, I'm subtracting 79. That's one away, so I have 101. Mental math tricks. Let's go to the last one, question 3, and then this will be the last part of the video. Two angles that form a straight line are supplementary, so therefore they add up to 180 degrees. We make an equation, 156 this degree angle plus this degree angle together adds up to 180 degrees. So if I subtract 156 from both sides, 156 minus 156 is 0, so that's canceled, leaving us with x equals, now we got to do this math. Now if I can do it mentally, I know that 180 minus 150 is 30. But I got to take away an extra 6, so 24. There you have it. Answers 1, 2, 3. Thank you for watching the work for page 279. Please click on the next video or click on the next link to go to page 280 and continue your math journey. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.